Welcome everybody. Welcome to the third episode of Unwritten Bars. And yes, my head is looking very huge today, but guess what? We do not care. If you're new here, make sure you drop a thumbs up, subscribe down below to join the fam. I am having a giveaway coming up very, very soon for all my artists and content creators out there. I will be giving away a bunch of gear that can help you on your journey, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up to support Unwritten Bars. Today, you guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the top 5 things the industry doesn't want you to know in order to be a successful music artist or even just a content creator. So this is what the world literally does not want you to know. And I've been meaning about talking about these things for the longest time. So make sure you grab your snack, grab your bev, and sit back and enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Lil Chai. If you want to get to know a little bit more about me, go ahead and check out the first episode of Unwritten Bars, where I explain to you what this podcast even is and a little bit about me. But for those of you who just clicked on the channel, I am a content creator. I'm also an artist. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And over the 8+ years that I've been doing this, I've gathered a lot of information on what the industry wants you to do and what it also does not want you to do. But yeah, let's dive right into it, because over here we get into the real deal, the nitty gritty. We're not with all the talking, with all the yeah. First things first. You need to have a team. If you're thinking that you could do this all by yourself, you literally cannot. And I'm literally living proof of that, because as I'm getting further into what it is that I want to do, I'm realizing that I need to build a team. Some people are lucky enough that they can have money to just go and pay everybody to be a part of their team. And then there's some people who have to build their team from scratch. So you're probably like, girl, what even is a team? What are you talking about? Like, I'm just making music. Am I not the only person who just needs to make the song and drop the song? If that's how you think about music, there's a rude awakening coming for you, because literally, if you're very serious and you're very passionate about music or content creation or something like that, you need a team behind you. And as you become a leader, as you become a boss, you realize that it's important for you to delegate tasks. Like, one thing that I like is I love control. I love to be in control. I love to do whatever it is that I want to do. But as my business, as my brand is expanding, I'm realizing that, wow, sometimes I do need to step back. Sometimes I do just need to be in the boss position, and I do need to delegate or like give away some tasks to other people so that way they can get it done and get it back to me. And with doing that, I've seen a big shift. It allowed me to be more so the creator and actually getting content done, getting work done, and then I can hand it back down to my editor, my thumbnail maker, my clip maker, and it just helps me out because it allows me to sit comfortably in that like creator mode. It allows me to just focus on making music. It allows me to just focus on what idea do I want to talk about for next week, because I know, oh, I don't have to edit it, and oh no, I don't have to like make a thumbnail and so much stuff. So if you want to be successful, especially when it comes to being a music artist, you're gonna need a team. I've noticed from someone like me, I'd never really had a team. I make the music, I edit the content, I drop the content. Especially when it comes to my music, I'm still 100% me. When it comes to my brand as like a YouTuber and my podcast, I do have editors and people that help make that side of my life so much more easier. I'm still working on building a team for my music. And what a team looks like for music is literally you, the person who makes the music. You're gonna need an editor, you're gonna need a videographer, and you're gonna need someone to make your graphics, you're gonna need someone to manage you. So many components, but when you have these components, you'll see how much more everything flows together. And one thing I noticed, that if you're gonna build a team, you need people on your team who literally support you, who see the vision. No one is gonna be a part of your team for free if they don't see the vision, if they don't see your true hustle, your true grind. I've noticed a few artists straight out of Jersey, like myself too, who have their, what I like to call, homemade team, and it's literally just their friends who believe in their vision and who help them. I know an artist who he makes the music, and then he has his friends who are skilled in video editing and graphic designing who help him to make his videos and edit out his content, so all he has to do is worry about being the artist. So if you want to be successful, try to build a team. Try to find people who believe in your vision, who can help you. And let's say you don't have friends who are good at video editing or graphic designing, find someone who can hold your camera for you while you're making these little clips and these little reels to push your music. Find someone who doesn't mind, chopping up a video for you and putting little lyrics over it just to help make your life easier. And these are people who are your team. I don't care if you even have to pay them $5, $10, do as much as you can on a budget and build your team. It's super important to have a team. I cannot stress this enough. I've seen so much growth in my podcast and my YouTube just from having a team. I still personally need to get over my fear of handing over the ropes when it comes to the music side, but for a little bit, my sister was my manager at some point. Shout out me. She was my manager and she helps with a lot. In that time, I learned that it's great to have a manager to speak for you, because sometimes as artists, we don't realize our own attitudes or our own ways how we can say things or come off. So imagine you're talking to a big business and you're the one responding to them and you don't like how they said something, and now you give them an attitude and now boom, Lil Chai's over, or boom, you as an artist is over because now this company that reached out to you works with so many other people and you just disrespected them. Now you're blackballed. Isn't that crazy? But it's also important to pick who you want on your team. These have to be people who are strong-willed, who won't sabotage you, who have your best interests at heart. Heavy on have your best interests at heart. You don't want someone on your team who can kind of derail you and push you backwards. The whole point of having a team is to help propel you forward at an even faster rate than what you would be doing by yourself. I also have a photographer. Shout out Zay Snaps. He's the one who shoots all my pictures, has been putting out all my pictures for me since I started this journey. So that was really cool as well. I'm looking for a hairstylist and a lash tech to join my team as well, because that's important to the image of a music artist, especially as a female. So things like that, just to make things easier. Someone who I could just find a deal, one hand wash another. It's super easy to make these connections and build up your team. Without a team, you're just going to see that you can still do everything yourself, but it's just going to take a little bit longer. And this is going to be a whole separate other video, but ChatGPT can most definitely be a part of your team. And a lot of people don't want to put their trust in AI. A lot of people don't want to put their faith in AI, but sometimes, you guys, if you don't have a graphic designer who can edit your thumbnails for you, or a graphic designer who can make those music cover arts for you, sometimes you just have to go to AI and it can do what you want it to do. I'm going to do a whole video where I break it down to you guys and show you guys how AI really can help you make fire thumbnails. If you look at my last single, Lately, make sure you guys stream Lately, that was AI, and it took me 3-4 times of me talking to AI to really perfect it and get it done. But guess what? It did it. And guess what? It saved me $40 to help put back into my appearance as an artist, or to pay someone else to get something done for me. So don't sleep on AI, you guys, because AI is definitely a part of my team. Is it a part of yours? And if not, I want you to think about where you can put it in to the point where it can help you. Don't think of it as taking away from your creativity. Think of it as helping you, even if it's building a schedule for you. Because sometimes we have so much stuff going on in our brain that we can't really get it out. And I'm not gonna lie, AI helps me get it out in a structured way. And then I literally go ahead and print it and live by it. So yeah. Number two, which I didn't want to start this video off with because I felt like it would have been super cliche, but we all know that consistency is what's going to get you further than anything else. If you're having trouble building like little consistency habits, start with something small. For me, I saw this video and it was like, if you can't do push-ups, 10 push-ups as a girl, like, you're done. And that made me get on the ground and do a push-up and realize, wow, I can't even do one. I can go down, but a girl can't come back up. So you know what I had to do? I started to be consistent and I told myself I want to get to 10 push-ups. A girl can now do 14 push-ups, okay? Big body. That is a form of consistency that kind of helped me to be able to get consistent in other areas of my life, such as, keeping a clean room, making sure that I eat 3 meals a day, making sure I do my Bible study every day, making sure I post 3 pieces of content every day, making sure I pump out at least 4 songs for the week. I try to do a song a day. Sometimes it just doesn't work like that and I don't want to burn out my brain. But that small consistent habit helped me build bigger consistencies, and it kind of just proved to me that I can be consistent. Sometimes we in our own minds don't believe that we can be consistent or that we will see results from being consistent. So start with something small. So that was something small that I started with. But when it comes to being an artist or being someone who wants to put out content or being an influencer, consistency is going to be the biggest thing in your life. And I want to spend a whole podcast episode, it's crazy it sounds, just talking about me and my journey. I'm gonna do that. But a little backstory is I used to have 3K about 2 years ago, and I told myself, like, it's always been a dream of mine as a content creator to see that little K. And I worked so hard, and I had my friend, shout out to my homeboy, who just pushed me and was like, you just need to be consistent. And every day for like the whole summer, basically from that starting date to the whole summer, you guys, I posted 3 times a day at the same time, same hashtag, same everything. Go back on my Instagram, Lil Chai, down below to see, like, the proof is in the pudding. And I was still consistent. Every video was hitting the algorithm. Every video was over 10K. And I actually grew my page to, believe it or not, 22K. I don't know when you're seeing this video, but I don't have 22K anymore. And you want to know why it actually dropped to 17 point something K? Because I stopped being consistent. My fan base loved the content that I was putting out, and I grew. I was growing in days. Some days I would get over 3,000 followers just from being consistent and believing in myself. As soon as I stopped being consistent and slowing down, they actually started unfollowing me, because it's like, why am I still following you and you're not even posting the content that I followed you for? So it was super understandable. It was not heartwarming, you know, to see your followers just disappearing. So it kind of made me a little bit sad, but it was just like, what did I expect? Like, I stopped being consistent. But when I was consistent, I saw the most growth ever. And it was honestly a truly like rewarding feeling, and it felt great. And I was able to funnel like my fan base from my Instagram over to my Twitch, over to my music YouTube, and over to my main YouTube channel. And that's how I was able to get to where I am today. So if you're consistent and you're smart with it, like, that's all you need to do. And my number one hack for anyone who's trying to be consistent with this content, with this music stuff, literally with your clips, it's all about reach. Post as many clips as you can, but make sure that they're worthy clips. Also, I want to say, when it comes to being consistent, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube all have the scheduling feature. The scheduling feature is my favorite thing. Everybody be like, Chai, you're so consistent. Y'all, I'm so consistent for one day. I'll spend 8 hours on a Sunday getting all my clips together, edited and scheduled, and have it roll it out and do the work for me for the week by itself. And people are like, you are so consistent, you post every day, honey. Yes, I do, but it's all scheduled. And that's like the biggest thing. I know some people who, my friend told me his main thing is to win the day. So he likes to just post 3 times a day, or schedule 3 times a day. Wake up in the morning, schedule his 3 posts, and he wins the day. For me, I like to just win the whole week. So I like to schedule for the whole week. But on days where I feel burnout and I feel like I can't keep going, I use that win the day. Just literally win the day, post a piece of content, get 1% better every day. And that's what's going to help fuel your consistency and help you get very far. So consistency. And a lot of people look to me like I'm consistent, and I get mad because my friends be like, oh, you're doing such a great job, you're doing so good. And I'm like, no, I could be doing more. Like, literally, I could be doing more. I'm not even hitting 3 pieces of content a day. Like, you're just seeing what I posted 2 weeks ago that your feed just wants you to see now. Like, you feel me? So I just feel like I could always be more consistent, and I want you guys to feel the same way. Like, you can be more consistent. You're never consistent enough, and that alone is going to help propel you to be your max amount of consistent. Is that a thing? Your max amount of consistent. Woo. Number 3, building relationships. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is something that I realized is so important when it comes to your future and how you want to be perceived as an artist or content creator. Building relationships is the key to everything, you guys. And you want to know, building relationships is the key to everything, you guys. Talent can keep you noticed, but your relationships with people is what's going to keep you in the room even when you're no longer in the room, you guys. This just goes so deep, and I wish I could just spend hours talking about this, but literally building relationships with people and your personality is going to help get you very far. And this is why I say, if you're someone who wants to do content or want to be an artist, keep it real. Be yourself from the start. But if you have an attitude problem, check your attitude, because people aren't going to want to work with someone who has attitude. Nobody's going to want to do a song. Nobody's going to want to do a piece of content with people who are self-centered or who have horrible attitudes. And that, leaving a sour taste in someone's mouth, is what someone is going to take and bring to someone else, and that is what's going to close doors for you. So I want you to think about how people perceive you or how you go into meeting new people, because leaving a sour taste in someone's mouth can close a lot of doors for you, and leaving a good taste in someone's mouth can open a lot of doors for you even when you're not in the room yourself. You know, imagine your name being spoken about. Imagine someone being like, oh yeah, Lil Chai, or oh, blah 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 is a good artist, you should work with him. Whole time you're at home sleep. But just because off of your personality and how people perceive you and how nice of a good person you are and how good and true to yourself you are, people are going to talk about you and propel you. So building relationships, being authentic, being yourself, being true to who you are is what's really going to save you in the long run. As I said, talent keeps you noticed, but the way how you treat people and the relationships that you form is what keeps your name alive in the room. This also just goes down into being humble. I know some people in this game who are literally not humble, and a lot of people don't want to work with them because they're not humble. Like, you should be humble. I like to be humble because I know all of this can be taken away in 0.206 seconds. You feel me? It has been taken away from me that fast before. I've hit the top and I've also seen the bottom twice. That's why I believe like third time's a charm. Like, y'all ain't gonna see me hit the bottom again. I'm putting full gas. I'm putting full pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal, metal to the pedal, pedal to the, yeah. I'm just going full force now, you guys. But you want to be humble because everything can be taken away from you. This also goes into how you carry yourself. I was on a boat. I want to talk about, okay? Literally, I was on a boat before like this artist like performance, and it's crazy because when it goes to how you carry yourself, this is how you dress, how you talk, your demeanor, everything. When I go into these event spaces, especially being a girl, like people be trying to take advantage of you, especially me being 4'11", petite, cute, not to gas myself up, but like be so for real. Like, if you're a pretty female, like people in the industry, male dominated industry, are gonna try to like get on you. And me, I don't play that. I come 10 toes down. I come real me, like real authentic, real me. And the way how I come off, I'm very personable, but at the same time, it's like, don't play with me, go play with somebody else's daughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the way how I carry myself, how I dress as an artist, it's real raw, it's real fly, it's not skimpy, it's not none of that, just because that's me. And I've noticed compared to other people, so back to this example of how I was on a boat, like I've had people come up to me and it's like, yo, I want to talk to you, I want to give you this opportunity, whereas like it's 5 other girls and I'm just the one who's not like being a groupie. I'm not the one sticking to the person who has the most money in the room. I'm not the one who's doing the most to try to get attention. The attention comes to me. So it's also about how you just keep in account how you're perceived and the aura that you're giving off, because it is a big thing, and that alone can have the right people gravitate to you or the wrong people gravitate to you. So while I'm out here on this boat making plays, making connections, trying to get my song played on the radio, I'm looking around and I'm just seeing all these other girls who are supposed to be artists, who are supposed to be connecting, not networking, not doing anything, and are just by the toughest guy, just, you know, him trying to see if he could take her home. That's not my crowd. So I make sure the way how I carry myself and how I want to be perceived is like, don't mess with this little 4'11" one because she's a chihuahua and she will bite. If you're gonna come to her, you gotta respect her. That's just how I like to be perceived, and it's helped weed out all the bad people or people who I know aren't aligned with my destiny and my path. So just be aware of the relationships that you keep and your demeanor and your aura, because that can take you a long way in this industry, or it can also set you back and do more harm than good. Number 4 is your network is your net worth. This is my favorite saying to tell everybody. You guys need to, this also plays into building relationships, but your network is literally your net worth. And y'all are probably like, well, if I live in Kansas and don't nobody, you know, I feel like you can only get good connections on the East and West Coast. That is a lie. No matter where you are, there's definitely someone lit, someone who came out of your state, or someone, some way how you can find and build connections, because these connections are your net worth. If I had to be honest right now, my real net worth in the bank is different from my actual social media currency net worth. My net worth in that manner is probably like 2 mil right now, based off of who I know and what could be done. But this is also why it comes down to being genuine. I don't expect any of these big people who will be on this podcast, and so make sure you guys subscribe and tap in. I don't expect any of them to help me. I am genuinely friends with them. I like what they do. I like their craft. I like the beats that they make. I like the songs that they make. I like genuinely them. But this also plays back into building relationships, because when you build these relationships with people, this is how your name travels through doors. But my favorite thing is your network is your net worth. This is why every room I go into, I try to network. I try to let people know who Chai is, who I am, what I do, what I can do. This is what I could do for you if you could do this for me. Let's exchange numbers. Y'all, it's that deep. Your girl has a business phone, gang. This is my personal for the homies, the real friends. And then where the business phone at? Your girl, it is that deep. I got the girl boss phone. This is the number where all my network, all my connections hit me, because I'm like, nah, my personal phone's starting to get too crowded. Everybody don't need my real number. You feel me? It's that deep for me personally. Also because I stream and I needed another phone for chat. Yeah, you guys, guys, like your network is your net worth. So build connections. This doesn't only mean with famous people. Do not get me wrong. This means with people in schools. Like your network is your net worth. I know people in film. I know people who dance. I know people who do makeup. I know a little bit of everybody because of what I want to do. I can't want to be an artist and not know all these people. I can't not want to be a content creator and not know this certain niche of people, like people who edit, people who do different things like that, because it can help you. It can help increase your net worth down the line. So your network is your net worth. If you leave with something today, you leave with that. And number 5, last but not least, is literally believing in yourself and treating this like a business. Like, I know a lot of people like to say they treat it just like, it's life. Like, content is life. I just record my life, edit it, post it. I want you to really have some sort of structure when it comes to this. I really want you to have your days set. And when you set your days, when you set your firm foundation, I don't want you to change it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I started to bite off more than I could chew with this podcast. We drop Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. So I have to do my little yapping videos Monday, Fridays, and then Wednesdays I have my guest episodes. And I keep it transparent here on Unwritten Bars because it's the whole point. Free bars, free spill, free talk. And honestly, like, I thought I just bit off more than I could chew. I have all my Wednesday episodes like planned out, 7 of them. I'm good, I'm straight. But then I'm like, yo, did I bite off more than I could chew with this Monday, Friday episode? No, my friend had to tell me, yo, stick to the plan. Like, I see you're someone who just starts a plan and don't stick to it. Stick to the plan. It takes at least 90 days to really see things. So it takes 90 days for you to really see like growth in going back to consistency and seeing your consistency. Instagram, once you hit that 10K on your monthly dashboard, they start throwing you into the algorithm. Once you hit over 100K, you're in your own algorithm. Your videos are going to start busting, but it all comes down to consistency. Why would they want to reward someone who isn't putting the effort that they should into what they're doing? So treat it like a business. I want you to get up. If you got a 9 to 5, go to your 9 to 5. And then if you're really serious about this, if you really want it, if you really want something, after you go to your 9 to 5, you're going to clock into your 6 to 9 and you're going to get your work done. After my 9 to 5, I come and I sit down for another 2-3 hours chopping up these clips and shorts that you guys see. So treat it like a business. Treat it like you're investing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who else is? And if you're lacking motivation, I want you guys to go subscribe to my main channel, ChaiTv, because there will be a video that is going to drop the next day from the day that you're seeing this. And it's about motivation and just uplifting you. Nobody's going to come to save you, so you have to come save yourself. You get what I'm trying to say? So believe in yourself. You can't do any of this without faith. I don't know if you're religious or if you believe in some higher power. I'm a Christian, so I believe in God here, but I believe in myself and I believe in faith, and I believe that if it's his will, it will be done. So I'm very big on believing in yourself, because none of this is going to happen if you don't believe in yourself. If you have low self-esteem, low confidence, if you don't even believe in yourself, what do you think is going to show on camera when you're recording yourself? If I didn't believe in myself, I'd be talking like, but since I believe in myself, you see the confidence, you feel the aura, you feel the confidence exuding off me, and that's what you want to show in your music clips. You want your confidence to show. You want to show that you believe in yourself, so that way the rest of the world can believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? Okay, so believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, then I want you to start treating this like a business. If you don't treat this like a business, the algorithm is not going to reward you. Your support system, those people who are supposed to help, like your stuff, comment, and get you into the algorithm, aren't going to. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. Believe in yourself and treat this like a business. Okay, period. Those are the top 5 things. Just to go over them one more time: have a team. You need a team in order to be successful. Start finding ways to build your team and, kind of have that team behind you, because it does help make things a lot easier. But at the end of the day, still remember that you're gonna have to do a lot of the work, especially as independent artists. We're working with budgets. We don't have money. So please, start building your team and putting those pieces together, because you'll see how much more easier things flow when you start building that team. Also, consistency. Be consistent, drop your clips, stick to the plan, stick to the game plan. Consistency is key. And 3, building relationships. You want to build relationships in this industry, whether it's as an artist, or as a content creator, or just someone in general. I definitely did not want to build relationships. I didn't even want to do features, but I realized it's important. It's needed in order to grow. 4, your network is your net worth. So that also plays on build relationships, but that just goes to say that networking is super important and it should be valued. So make sure you're doing that. And then also, number 5, believe in yourself and treat it like a business. Once you put all 5 of these things together, I promise you, you will be more than successful. Okay, well, you guys, this is just the start of what the episodes of me yapping on Unwritten Bars are going to be looking like. Can't wait to talk about so many other stuff in the future. I can't wait to talk about industry plans. I can't wait to talk about if the drill scene is dead. I can't wait to talk about how to show you guys how to graphic design your own things and, be successful that way. I can't wait to talk about so many other stuff. So if you're interested in anything, if you're interested in learning how to grow as a music artist, as well as receiving advice for other people who are in the game, whether entrepreneurs, content creators, music artists, make sure you subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, you guys. I'm here for all of that. Definitely want to subscribe because I will be doing giveaways soon and you're just gonna have to be locked in. So if you want a new mic, a new whatever, make sure you're locked in and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of Unwritten Bars, and I will be seeing you guys on Wednesday for our next guest episode, and then I'll be seeing you guys again on Friday, 6 o'clock p.m. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. All my socials will be down below. Make sure you guys follow Unwritten Bars on our socials, TikTok and Instagram. Subscribe. Love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.